Hey everyone, this is Steven, StoicDev0 on Twitter. I am a Solidity dev at Remark, co-author of the AVM implementation of the protocol, together with 3 merged GIPs. This is part of the first project series where I teach you how I built Snake Soldiers. Remember, this is a personal project, it just happens to use Remark. In the previous video, we learned how to add regular and equipable assets, and a quick explanation on how equipable groups and catalogs work. In this video, we will see how to add minting by phases and how to add ranks, also known as tiers. I will start by adding an enum for the ranks. On Snake Soldiers we have 3 ranks, which are commonly known as tiers in other projects. These are Soldier, Commander, and General. I will also add some constants for the number of soldiers on each phase. I will use this later for calculations on what's the next ID depending on the rank I'm minting. I will also keep track of the prices per rank, and I want to keep track of the total supply and the current phase. As you see, I'm keeping track of the total supply by rank, so I will add a couple of methods to get the current total supply, both per rank and the total overall. So just simply return them. We are not adding them yet, but we have the getters ready. Similarly, we will add functions to get the max supply, and we also want them by ranks. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need this in the future, but it doesn't hurt to have them there because once the contract is deployed, there is no way to add more stuff. So this one will give me the max supply per rank, which basically multiplies the number of soldiers per phase times the current phase we're in. So this will change according to the phase. And similarly to having an overall function with total supply, we have one for max supply, where we sum all the max supplies per each rank and multiply them by the current phase. The next thing we want to do is add a method to enable the next phase. There is a couple of checks I want to do when doing that, so I will add errors for this here. I want to check for when the max phase is reached, and I also want to give the buyers the peace of mind that the price on the next phases won't be cheaper. So I want to control the price always to be higher on the next phase, or at least equal. In order to gain trust, I also want to have the possibility to lock the phases. So if a phase is not selling well, I will lock it so no new phases can be generated. I will add just a lock here, and then I will simply put my enable next phase method that I had previously deployed. So here we are receiving the 3 prices. This is gated for only the owner. We are checking that the phase doesn't go over the max phases, or that the phase is not locked. In both cases, if it breaks, we will revert with max phase reached. Then we will check the price for each of the ranks to make sure it's equal or higher than the previous one. We'll increase the next phase and we'll update the prices. Finally, we need our function to lock phases. It is a single way lock, so once locked, it cannot be unlocked. We run prettier and compile. I will use size contracts, which compiles and gives me the size. This is a good practice, so I know if I'm reaching the limit. That's it for this video. On the next one, we will do the actual minting, and I will show you a trick when adding assets. Thanks for watching, see you next.